What's up, guys? Big Chris TV here, bringing you some more zombies knowledge, more zombies fun facts, more zombies gameplay. In front of me, we have the map Verrucht from Black Ops 3, and without further ado, let's get this thing going. Topic of today is Black Ops 3 Zombies Hard. This is an age-old question that a lot of people love to say is false. Black Ops 3 is quote-unquote easy. What we're going to do is dissect the reasons as to why and tell you why this is not the case. Now, you see, in Black Ops 3, we have this thing called liquid divinium and another thing called gobblegums. So what those allow us to do is earn microtransactions either through the game or purchasing them with our own hard-earned money. This is as tempting as ever because zombies has always been a game mode that has set you up for kind of failure. In Black Ops 2, they did introduce a banking system, but that was only included on select few maps. And when I say failure, I mean they want you to work for it. They're not just trying to hand you 100,000 points, pack-a-punched weapons. Although in Black Ops 3, you do have the ability to do that, but that does not make the game easier. And let me tell you why. Gobblegums just give you way more control of what's going on, especially at the beginning of the game. This is important to know because the toughest thing about zombies is setting up. Now, the most beautiful thing about zombies is that you can set up any way you'd like to. And that means you can bring gobblegums that help you set up, or you can just bring gobblegums to help you with ammo. It's your choice. What happens to be most popular is up to you. Map and preference also ties a huge factor into this, and if you're gonna do an Easter egg, because you need certain gobblegums to do Easter eggs. But me, on the other hand, fuck that. I don't like them shits. With that being said, certain Easter eggs, you do need certain gobblegums. No, you don't have to spend money on gobblegums. Yes, you can earn them, but purchasing them allows you to do things much easier and can attempt the Easter egg as many times as possible. Yes, this is map specific, but it is still something important to note. Many people also enjoy being overpowered. They love being untouchable. They love feeling at all power, which is why these microtransactions became such a problem. Since everybody felt the need, in order to do good and go far in this game, you had to buy stuff. The thing that is most troublesome about zombies is that it can leave you in a state of feeling helpless and not in control. So which is why setting up is so important, because it helps you feel in control of the map and in control of the situations you can find yourself in, such as having a pack-a-punched weapon on the early round, or having all the perks, so if you get cornered and you have Juggernaut, you have time to kill them, and you won't be as scared of certain things happening to you. You're fearless. Being fearless allows you to make more risky situations. It allows you to not have the fear of going down because you know you have that crutch of a gobblegum to help you regain control of your situation. But if you don't have enough of those, it's not going to work out in your favor, as you will be struggling to get by, having only one perkaholic to use and dying on round 5 with it. So knowing these things will make you feel as if you should be buying these gobblegums and liquid divinium in order for you to survive longer. This is where it starts to become a crutch for players who are struggling to want to purchase more and more in-game stuff in order to make them a powerhouse and do better, when it's just making them more and more frustrated when they're not getting the outcomes that they would like. When all in all, it just takes practice in order to get good at something. A lot of people think that, oh, if I just have all this stuff, I'm gonna be good. But naturally, zombies is a game mode that is very difficult and very fast-paced. So if you're not ready for it, be prepared for your game to end a lot sooner than you thought. So if this game and its engine is so easy, why is it that so many people need to use microtransactions in order to feel like they are any good at this game? It makes just no sense to me. Which now leads us to our next point for this easy game, the 3-hit down system. Now, the first point I want to bring up about this is that the 3-hit down system, although it is more convenient for zombies players, it doesn't equivalent to us having an easier game Although in the beginning it does help out a bunch, since now the zombies do swing a lot faster, about as fast as they do in Black Ops 2. A double swipe can end your game like that in the previous titles, but in Black Ops 3, the 3-hit is almost like a safety net, giving you that red screen that lets you know to get the hell out of Dodge. Along with the 3-hit down system now, we also have a sliding mechanic that allows us to be very, very efficient with our movement around the map in tight corners. Examples like this when I'm playing Verrucht, the map is very, very small and you have to do things smart and efficiently in order to make it to a round of your choice. And of course, getting the high rounds isn't easy. Zombies definitely involves a lot of endurance. You need to be ready for the long haul, figuring out strategies to help you get through the rounds very easily. Now, certain strategies on certain maps are a lot easier, a lot better, and some are even a lot faster. It just depends on which one you choose. Now, with all these things in mind, I am working on a very tough strategy in this game. The 2-window strategy in Verrucht is extremely quick. You have very, very little room to breathe and a very tiny room to stay in. And keeping up with your ammo count can sometimes be a little difficult because zombies are going to be coming in by the hundreds. And as you can see, I just went down, and recovering is a lot more risky than ever since it's round 56 and every zombie is at a very high health, and the only gun I could use to kill them is my wonder weapon or my STG-44 with fireworks. For this game, I also decided to run a bunch of megas since I'm doing such a very fast and intense strategy. You want to avoid running traps like I am right here, since it's going to be a bit slower and it's going to be a lot more hectic. And right here is an example of where gobblegums can be very helpful if you get lucky. And on this map in specific, the wonder weapon, the Wonder Waffle, does not give you drops. And knowing this is very important, since you're not going to be getting any drops from those zombies when you have gobblegums on, such as Power Vacuum, the one that I have right there. After going down, you're going to be able to see that it is very hard but easy all at the same time if you can collect yourself and know what you need to do. Knowing how to operate in situations under pressure is very important, since zombies is very fast paced. Everything is coming at you 100 miles an hour. So what you need to do is always be prepared for the slightest inconvenience, whether that be running out of ammo, reloading without speed cola, not getting a max ammo, not getting an insta-kill. You have to be efficient with a lot of things. And drops are definitely a godsend, especially when you're using drops like Power Vacuum, where you can create them at the drop of a dime. And the main reason for Power Vacuum for this strategy is so I can sit with either the insta-kill or death machine in a slight corner and just hold right trigger, and the rounds go by in 2 minutes or less at a high as a round of 50. The gameplay definitely speaks for itself. Gobblegums make the game that easy to flow. It helps you have lots of control, and gaining control of a zombies game is very important, because once you have control, you're full tilt forward. It's very hard to lose that momentum unless you make a mistake, which is definitely bound to happen. Very few people are flawless, which again leads me to believe that microtransactions can be helpful, but in most situations they can also be very harmful, because being dependent on something is not good, especially in a game like zombies, where skill is still important and knowledge is important. Just because you have everything given to you doesn't mean that the game is going to just come easy to you. Knowing certain things and knowing how certain maps operate and how maps flow is very important and helps you prolong everything about your game. Whether you're using overpowered gobblegums or not, it's on your own skill and knowledge, and a lot of people forget that, and so they assume that you could just pay to win, which is just not the case for Black Ops Zombies. I truly do believe that they put microtransactions in Black Ops 3 because that's what the people were asking for. They were asking for something to make the game mode zombies easier, because if you remember in Black Ops 2, they did have a difficulty setting Yes, it was only accessible in custom games where you can make it from original to easy. Those were the only two settings, and a lot of people definitely preferred the easy setting, which is why maps such as Farm and Town are so beloved by the community, because it was so easy, so simple. The maps laid out right in front of you. Pack-a-Punch, you don't have to do a task. Juggernaut is as simple as one door away. Everything's just right there and you're in control of it. In a lot of zombies maps, you have to gain control of the situation yourself, which is very hard for most people to do, especially when they're inexperienced and especially when they're in multiplayer, even solo. And I only bring up multiplayer because of the amount of zombies that come. The amount of zombies increase with the more people that are in the game. So you're better off in a game of solo zombies practicing at first, since the 2 or 3, 4 player modes are going to definitely increase the speed by even more than you thought it could in just a solo game. And I'll continue to keep bringing up practice, because practice makes perfect. You will not know how to handle a situation until you are in it, such as this one right here. I have Power Vacuum, supposedly a very overpowered gobblegum, and now I'm in a situation where my wonder weapon, like I was mentioning earlier, cannot produce any drops for me. So I'm depending on an AAT such as Fireworks in order to kill zombies and produce drops for me. And here's where the biggest problem comes in, is that even with this gobblegum, you're not guaranteed to get the drops, and with this AAT, you are not guaranteed the kills unless you time everything correctly. So in situations like this where you're switching up your strategy, you have to be very optimistic about what could possibly happen, and you have to be on your toes. All in all, Black Ops 3 can definitely be seen as one of the harder games for zombies players. It's not as easy, although it can be easy with the right gum and right weapons, but you have to keep practicing, you have to keep trying. Having the best gobblegums doesn't make you the best player. It's as simple as that. In conclusion to the video, I definitely believe that Black Ops 3 is on the harder spectrum of things, even with the microtransactions, because spending your own money does not guarantee greatness. You still have to understand what's going on at all times. You can't just buy all the perks and buy some weapons and think the game's over. I mean, you cannot prepare yourself to be in situations such as this one right here on the screen. Although microtransactions can definitely help your gameplay, they definitely don't make you an overall better player, as well as if you're not using all these other mechanics that BO3 has to your advantage, you will definitely be left in the dust and get eaten alive. And with that being said, that's going to wrap the video up for me. In my conclusion, I'd love to know what you guys think in the comment section down below. If you got any disagreements or if you believe it is that easy, just let me know. Let's work something out. Maybe we can get a game going together. Have a great one, everybody.